What's up, everyone? KJ3 here, and we are 14-15 left in the first quarter. Sorry about missing the first 45 seconds. Computer crash, had to reboot. Sorry about missing the kickoff. But anyways, we got 2nd and 10. Georgia's got the ball. And oh my God, both teams have now thrown an interception. You're kidding me. You're kidding me, man. This is going to be a defensive battle, yo. Oh my gosh, let's go. I don't think I have rooted for Alabama. I didn't even root for Alabama as hard as I'm rooting for Alabama in the national championship game, in the following SEC championship game, whenever they faced off. I did not root for Bama as hard as I'm rooting for Alabama right now. I may even say those two words that Alabama fans scream at the top of their lungs, okay? I may even say that. I'm rooting so much for Alabama right now because, as we all know, we lost last week. We need Georgia to lose right now. So, shoot, if we're not playing for 2 weeks, the best thing we can do is root against Georgia to get whooped by Nick Saban. Don't think that Kirby Smart's going to get one over his former boss. Nick Saban doesn't lose to assistants. 2nd and 8 for Alabama now. What is going on? Oh, my goodness. Jamal, that made me laugh. I won't lie. When I read that, bro, just slant, post, power. Bro, that's all it was last week. That's all it was. That made me laugh, bro, whenever you put that. So I appreciate your comment. And for anyone who's new, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out. And, yeah, let's root for Alabama today because they're playing Georgia and we hate Georgia. All right? Look at that. Look at that. I need to pay attention to what's going on. Bama just scored. All right, I got to stop talking. Y'all got to pay attention to what's going on, man. There's been 2 turnovers and a touchdown in this game already. Oh, my God. Corner blitz, and the safety just let him get behind him. What a pass by Mack Jones, man. What a pass by Mack Jones. That guy, he is Captain Efficiency. That's my nickname for him, man. Woo! 7-0. 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions, each for each team. But Tricky Nicky is up 7-0 on old Kirby. Jalen Waddle. Bro, like, safety. We know about bad safety play. Like, safety, you can't let the guy get behind you, man. You can't. And, I won't lie, everyone. It took me the better half of the week to get over that loss. And I'll give you 3 reasons why that loss was so hard to get over. 1, it's so hard because for the longest time, it was always we had a good defense and our offense just couldn't score points. And this was a complete vice versa in this game. It was upsetting because we had the game. All we needed was just a stop or 2 on defense. And then also, like, you can't really blame the offense too much. But, yo, like, that Malik Davis fumble, that hurt. But, like, I hang that 100% on the defense. Once again, Todd Grantham, 100 points through 3 games. Inexcusable. Get to him more and later, all right? But, yeah, that's a reason why. It's because that was a game to where we were actually scoring points and literally we had it and we let it slip away. We haven't really had a game and let it slip away like that in a long time. Reason number 2, that we're so upset about losing to a ranked Texas A&M team is because of just exactly how high Dan Mullen has raised the expectations at the University of Florida. Y'all, 2 years ago, do you really think us losing to a decently veteran team at Kyle Field would be such a bad loss and you'd be this upset about it? No. Before Mullen got there, you'd be like, okay. Well, I mean, like when we lost to A&M when they visited the Swamp under McElwain, we're like, okay. But this one, like, we're really hurt. We're really stinging. This one really hurts because, like, we have an elite championship offense, and our defense can't do anything. Like, it's hard. That's hard. And reason number 3 is just, like, it's the ultimate realization that we just do not have a defensive coordinator that adapts in-game. He may adapt a little bit during halftime, but he does not make defensive in-game adjustments. And if he doesn't have a pass rush and if he doesn't have lockdown defenders, then his defense does not work. And he's unwilling to change his defensive scheme so far this year to fit his personnel. That's something that Dan Mullen does on offense, but his defensive coordinator, who's the highest paid defensive coordinator in the SEC, cannot do. So reason number 3 is the ultimate realization that Todd Grantham just ain't the guy to be Florida's DC, which led me to my poll that I put on my page. You can go ahead and vote right now on who I think the next DC should be. Charlie Strong, UNC's defensive coordinator, Jay Bateman, Ole Miss defensive coordinator, DJ Durkin, or South Carolina defensive coordinator, Travaris Robinson. So far, everyone loves Charlie Strong. Let's see what he does being Alabama's defensive play caller for the rest of this year. Honestly, I'm liking Charlie Strong, but y'all, read a little bit more into Jay Bateman, the UNC defensive coordinator. I'm going to have a video dropping later this week, hopefully, on why I think he should be the guy to be our next defensive coordinator. Oh, my God. I really like where he's come from and the defensive stats his teams have consistently been putting up. Anyways, we got 1st and 20 for Georgia and a loss of a yard, so they're going backwards. Let's get back to the game. Enough of the Gators. I'm going to be talking a lot of Gators, so I'm now going to read your comments. Ask me Q&A, AMA. Ask me anything about the Gators throughout this game. Feel free. I'm all ears. I will answer the questions to the best of my ability. All right. Anyways, 2nd and 16. I'm going to call some plays in a little bit, and during the commercials, I'll get to everyone's questions. Ball at the 29-yard line. Quick little dump off to the running back. Got some little blockers. Gain of a couple. Got 3rd and forever, though. Like 3rd and 13. Why would you call that on 2nd and forever? I don't really like that play call, but whatever, Georgia. You do you. All right. Percentage of drives forced in 3 and out. Bama's only forced 9% at 3 and out, man. 25, 33, 31 over the last couple seasons. 9% so far. That's why Charlie Strong is now the play caller after week 3. Wow. What a absolute terrible sack. Like, bro, he could have scrambled outside of the pocket this way or literally tried to hit his check out. No, he just dives backwards for a sack. Oh, my gosh. Like, bro, you got him, and you can throw it away, and he dives backwards for a sack. You're a moron. Oh, my goodness. Nation's top punter versus the nation's top returner. Here we go. Waddle, fair catch. All right. Yo, that Tennessee game, anyone check that earlier? Oh, my gosh. Did I think Tennessee would give Georgia a little bit of a struggle last week? But dang, they got steamrolled by not only Georgia last week, but Kentucky this week in Knoxville. First Kentucky win in Neyland Stadium since 1984, everyone. Kentucky plays there every other year. Every other year. 1984. Woo! Just when you think Tennessee starts to be good, Tennessee is Tennessee, and Tennessee is going to keep Tennesseeing, okay? Can't stand Gary on Bama game. Yo, I can't stand Gary, period, dot. I wish he would have left when Vern Lundquist left a couple years ago. He needs to go. I'm tired of him. Chris Fowler, I like. Gary Danielson, Wonder what we should do with 2 weeks off? Fix our defense. Or at least adjust the defense that we run to the players that we got. Hopefully bench Marco a little bit and play some of these young DBs that we know are good. All right? That's what we should be doing. On offense, Kyle Pitts got a little hurt in that game. So, but Kyle Pitts is going to have 2 weeks to fully recover. I like that. I love our offensive line play so far. And, just fix our defense. Find a soul. Find a soul. Find heart. Find pride in your defense. Honestly, this is calling the defense out. Like, I know none of them's going to be watching this, but, Gator Nation, calling out the defense's heart. Where is it? Where is your heart? Because it ain't on the field except for maybe Kahir Elam and Ventrell Miller. All right? Where is your heart, defense? I want to know where their heart's at. That's what I want to know. Florida 6-4 and best. Nah, man. We'll have 2 losses. First and 10, Bama at the 24. Handoff. Oh, my goodness. Najee Harris. That guy is, he's crazy. He's crazy. It's hard to see his defense play so sloppy. Haven't worried about this D in years. We've had better. Yeah, honestly, this is the worst our defense has looked since 07. And 07, there was an excuse because a lot of the upperclassmen left after winning the title in 06. 07, we were young. This team is full of seniors and juniors. That's what concerns me the most, is these are upperclassmen blowing coverages. That's what concerns me the most about this team. So, honestly, I'm 100%. This is the most worried I've ever been about a Florida defense since I've really been watching Florida football. It could be because it's a 10-game SEC schedule. We really don't know how much an effect that actually has. But 100 points in 3 games, that hasn't been done since 1917. 100 points in 3 games our defense giving up. If that doesn't concern you, then, man, what gamers are you watching? All right. Look at Najee Harris, bro. This dude's a truck. Like, look at that. Like, you try to tackle him by his shoulder pads, you rip his helmet off, and the dude still falls forward. Najee Harris. Oh, my goodness. 3rd and 10, Bama at the 40. Both these defenses are good, man. That concerns me about Florida. Oh, blitz. Picked up. Thrown. Can he get the first? Oh, shakes the tackle. It will be 1 yard short of the first down. Who do I want? Jay Jobs, what up, man? What's up, KJ3? What DC do I want? Can we just stop with Will Muschamp and Dan Quinn? All right. Yes, those are the pipe dream dudes. But if Muschamp does get fired from SC, I doubt he's going to stay long-term at Florida. Dan Quinn, he didn't stay long-term the first go-round at Florida, so I would think that he would not want to stay long-term. So even if we were to get those guys, it wouldn't be long-term. I would love those 2 guys. Obviously, those are my top two. Dan Quinn, Will Muschamp. Will Muschamp number one, honestly. Muschamp, Dan Quinn, 1A. Who do I realistically want out of the candidates that I said? Former DC, DJ Durkin. Former DB coach, T-Rob, for Muschamp, in Muschamp's DC right now. And Jay Bateman, Mack Brown's defensive coordinator. Guys, we've seen how good Tim Brewster has been in recruiting and tight end development as our tight end coach. He's an ace recruiter. If you look at North Carolina's defense, with Tommy Thigpen as the co-defensive coordinator with Jay Bateman is co-defensive coordinator / safeties coach. Tommy Thigpen is co-defensive coordinator / linebackers coach. Tommy Thigpen, when he was at Tennessee and Tennessee was bringing in those monster reclasses, Tommy Thigpen won National Recruiter of the Year. This year, Jay Bateman is rated as the number 8 best recruiter in the nation. Okay? Go back and look at Bateman's stats. You look at Bateman in the last year being his first year at UNC, and you look at defensive stats from the year before he took over to his first full season last season, the stats increased everywhere, pretty substantially across the board. Before that, he was at Army. He helped have Army's defense lead them to an 11-win season. And his defenses at Army were consistently tops in defense in the 4-year stint that he was there from 2014 to 2018. Jay Bateman is the guy I really want. And if he can bring Tommy Thigpen as another ace recruiter to be our linebackers coach too, because we need linebacker help. Honestly, let's be honest, our linebacker play has not been great over the last couple of years. Let's just being honest, all right? If we can get Bateman and Thigpen and get them and poach them from Mack Brown's staff like we poached Tim Brewster from Mack Brown's staff last year, that's the guy I want. And Mack Brown, guys, sat behind an analyst desk for years before he found UNC and handpicked each person of his staff. So that's the staff to be going after right now, because Mack Brown always was a great recruiter but never a good X's and O's coach. So you get Mack Brown's recruiters, then, yo, we'll be good, all right? Anyways, it's 2nd and 10. I want Jay Bateman to answer your question, and I gave you reasons why. If you agree, or if you even like the reasons why, man, hit that thumbs up. That was a very good analyst. More coming in a video later this week. 2nd and 10 from the 15 for Georgia, because they're on the 15 because they're Georgia. And they're going to run it. Okay, they got a first down run to the 26, 27-yard line. All right, Georgia's going to Georgia, y'all. Obviously, Charlie Strong, Charlie Strong and Jay Bateman, I really wouldn't have a problem. But Charlie Strong right now is depending on how well he actually coaches Bama's team, because you don't know if the game is actually passed Charlie Strong by or not. So we'll find out. And batted ball at the line of scrimmage on first down. I never really liked Randy Shannon as our D coordinator. He was a great linebackers coach. Jeff Collins, yeah, he was good with Mullen, but he's still a head coach in the ACC right now, isn't he? Like Temple? Exactly. UNC is going to lose some coaches. That program has come up big. Bro, that program's on the rise, and Sam Howell's a legitimate quarterback. All right, Georgia runs up the middle. On second down, this will be 3rd and 7. Yep, 3rd and 7. Yeah, Kentucky really did open up a can, J Jobs. They did, man. Like, that game got ugly fast if you were a Tennessee fan. 3rd and 7, Georgia. They're in a 4 wide receiver spread set. All right, 3 receivers downfield, bottom of the field. Looking, throwing deep into double coverage. Receiver cannot make a play. Honestly, he had a receiver in the middle of the field that had more of a one-on-one who was probably open, and he threw it into double coverage. Like, this quarterback, man, not sold on him. Not sold on him. I said the same thing about Bo Nix last year before he faced us. And you see what he did today. Hey, good defensive play. He swatted that out of his hands. 4th and 7. Again. Georgia punting. Again. Turnover. Punt. Like, come on. Who didn't see that coming? Long's going to return this to the 20. Oh, it's coming back. It's the 35, 40, 46-yard line. That will be coming back. Yeah, Dan Mullen diagnosed with COVID. Oh, my goodness. Texas A&M, Ole Miss, and Tennessee. 3 programs fined for not following proper COVID-19 procedures. We've played 3 games. We've been at Ole Miss, at A&M. Like, you wonder why we have a lot of COVID positive tests this week. Thanks, Jimbo. Thanks, Lane. Thanks, Ole Miss. Appreciate you, West. You know, like, it's annoying now that our head coach has it. Best of luck to Mullen. Saban had it earlier this week and then got 3 negative tests 24 hours apart and is now coaching this game. So, I mean, best of luck to Mullen. I know COVID works differently with everyone else's body. But, let's hope Mullen can hopefully kick this and be healthy. I see him being able to coach in 2 weeks because, we have practically 2 weeks off now. So it's unfortunate that Dan got it. It's unfortunate our whole team got it because of other teams not following proper procedures. Because we do. We didn't have one dang positive test till then. Defense ain't playing like DBU. Yeah, I don't even think we deserve to call ourselves DBU this year. Really, the past couple of years, Comments about me wanting Dan to fill the stadium. I honestly thought it was a little meh. Not a great look. Understand the reason why as a competitor, and he's just a very, very competitive person. I understand the reason why. Don't agree with it completely. But, that's my coach. He's a competitor. Like, UF wasn't going to allow that anyways. That's just the coach's suggestion, all right? He has no say in that decision. I like to see the intensity from Mullen, though. I won't lie. Man, I was really happy when I thought Todd Grantham was fired and with that false rumor. Woo! I was in a good mood for about an hour or two. I don't think Grantham should be fired mid-season, but, man, I was happy when I found that out. Florida's defense is in a giving mood this year. 'Tis the season, man, apparently. Oh, Dennis, it's always good to see you, bro. 1st and 10 for Bama at their own 7-yard line after the penalty. Would have gotten the ball there, 46. Hang off, Najee Harris, right side, shakes the first tackle, gains about 5-6 yards. Najee Harris, that guy, some NFL team's going to love him next year. Do I think we have a chance against Georgia? Not the way our defense is playing currently. Our offense will keep us in any game we play, but our defense will lose us every game we play. I'll rephrase that. Our offense will keep us in every single game we play, but our defense will be the reason why we lose the games we lose. That's more accurate. 3rd and 1, Bama. Who else got surprised by Lane Kiffin losing to Felipe Franks in Arkansas? Najee Harris left side. Well, that's an easy first down. It's a truck running your way. Woo. Yeah, man. Felipe Franks should be 3-1. Can you believe Felipe Franks should be 3-1 if he didn't get robbed last week? Yo, Arkansas would be 3-1. Arkansas should be 3-1. Ooh, play action. Looking deep. Oh, he overthrew him. Mack, captain efficiency. Come on, man. You overthrew Jalen Waddle. I mean, yeah, Bateman, Thickman brought them up. Carolyn was at the bottom. Carolina wasn't exactly at the bottom in defense. They were always kind of a mid-pack because North Carolina has a lot of NFL talent coming from them every year. If you go and you look at the UNC players in the NFL, it's more than you think. It's more than you think. 2nd and 10, handoff Najee Harris for a gain of about 3-4 yards. It's more than you think for UNC. They've always churned out quality NFL talent. But, yeah, they've taken that team to a whole nother level. Tim Brewster was the main recruiter for Sam Howell. I keep telling you about Sam Howell. Sam Howell is going to be an NFL quarterback. He recruited Sam Howell away from FSU. Like, I know FSU's doo-doo, but come on. Recruiting to UNC instead of FSU, that's a big deal considering FSU needed a quarterback. Jones fell as he threw on 3rd down. Going to have to punt. Bama punt. I'm sorry, man. You cannot be talking about Randy Shannon being on a historically good defense that was back in 2001. Man, that was almost 20 years ago now. Randy Shannon was a great linebackers coach when we had him, but we always knew he wasn't going to stick around as a long-time linebackers coach. I wish we would have. If we would have kept Randy Shannon as our linebackers coach the last 5 years, I would have loved that. I'd love to have a guy like Randy Shannon on our staff just to recruit South Florida. But as a defensive coordinator, as a head coach, he's not too great at those roles. He's just not, all right? He's a great position coach and a great recruiter. Everything else, he's meh. I'm not saying he wasn't bad. I'm just saying he's not the right guy that I want. Georgia, 1st and 10 after the Bama punt. Ball on 40 around midfield. Okay. Gain of 4 on the run. Thinking long term, who do I want to win this game? I don't care. Alabama most likely will lose the game in the West. Okay. Georgia, besides Florida, I don't see them losing to anyone else in the East. All right. I'm rooting for Bama because Florida has 1 loss right now, and that will help give Florida a cushion a little bit if Georgia were to happen to lose another game. Like, I'm just saying, I want Georgia to lose. And that is thinking long term. Because even if Bama loses and then wins the SEC, they're still in the playoffs, so the SEC still has a representative. If Bama wins out, somehow Georgia loses to Bama and us, we lose and we're a 2-loss team to Bama as an SEC runner-up, we still may get in. All right, like possibility, but yeah, I'd rather Bama just be undefeated because we know we're gonna have to face Bama in the SEC championship game. So does it really matter how many losses they have? They may as well just stay in playoff contention. So yeah, rooting for Bama, hate Georgia, want them to lose. They're in our division. As I say that, big gain by Georgia. But yeah, that's me thinking long term. I'm not just thinking just right now, passionately, in the moment. No, I'm thinking long term. Georgia, need them to lose one since we've lost one. We don't need them to lose one, but it'd be very, very nice considering we've lost one. And if we lose again, Georgia may get the edge to get that number 4 spot in the playoff if they do not lose here. So if the Georgia wins here and we beat Georgia, we still go to the East if we win out. But if we lose to Bama and have 2 losses, then Georgia will only have 1 loss and have beaten Bama in the regular season. Won't look good for us then. We probably won't get the 4 spot. So, yeah, that's my take. That was J Jobs that asked that question. Historically had good D coordinators, strong, much champ, Stoops, Hope, Durkin, Zook, Shannon. Yeah, I mean, kind of historically, really, Stoops was the first historically good defense. Oh, a little bit behind of the receiver. But, man, that should have been a touchdown if you ask me. I mean, it really wasn't until when Spurrier hired Bob Stoops to bring in defense that we started to be that defensive team, because then Charlie Strong was hired, and after Spurrier left in 2003, I forget the guy in between Stoops and Strong. I'm sorry. I was, 10 at the time. So 3rd and 9 for Georgia. I'll get back to that in a second. 3rd and 9 Georgia from the 20. 3 receivers bottom of the field and tight end. Timeout. Kirby wants to talk about it. All right. So, yeah, I don't really know the defensive coordinators, but I do know that Bob Stoops was the first defensive coordinator that actually had a really good defense for us. So, yeah, Dan needs to get back on track. We don't need to have a great defense with how good Dan Mullen's offense is. We just need to have a good, opportunistic defense. But this defense ain't strong at doing anything, and they're worst at 3rd downs. And that is just the worst part to be worse at for a defense. Sorry I'm a little late getting to these questions, but if you ask a question, I will get to it. I promise you. Yeah, Florida doesn't need to stop with DBU, so I already said that. Like, this year, until we fix it, man, I don't even want to hear those 3 initials, honestly. Copeland transfer rumors. I saw that. I noticed that after the loss where he said he tweeted out something kind of cryptic. And you know what? You really haven't seen that much of Jacob Copeland on the field. It's kind of been Xavier Henderson at spots instead of number 15. So it would not surprise me because that dude he's talented enough to be somewhere and to be getting targets. Okay, like he's talented enough. It would not surprise me. Obviously, he should have caught that. He just should have caught that. Georgia, you should have had a touchdown. All right. On 2nd down, you should have caught that. But yeah, if Copeland transfers, I understand why. Yeah, that will hurt. But we also got wide receivers coming in this class too, guys. And if you can't make the playing field for Florida, then, hey, I wish you the best of luck elsewhere, honestly. With this year being a 1-year free, I honestly think he will transfer away. Because this year ain't going to count against his eligibility. As Georgia gets a 1st down on 3rd and 9. This will be 1st and goal now. So, yeah, it'd be sad to see Copeland leave because he's shown promise at times. But, if you can't cut the depth chart, you can't cut the depth chart, man. We're just that good at receiver nowadays, everyone. It's not because that he's not good enough. No, he's good. We're just that great at receiver nowadays, everyone. First and goal from the 10. Double tight end right, receivers left. Handoff. Halfback gut. Oh, basically a walk-in touchdown for Georgia. All right. Tie game. Got ourselves a ball game now. Oh, I mean, Will Muschamp's bound to get Will Muschamp, just like last year, he beat Georgia. Will Muschamp's bound to win a game he's not supposed to win every year and then lose to a team he's supposed to win every year. We know this. We had 4 years of him. So that was actually a good defensive fight back. Blame it all on Bo Nix. That guy is not a good – he's not a great quarterback. He's barely a good SEC quarterback. And SEC caliber, yeah, Lane Kiffin is definitely an SEC caliber coach. Florida State, honestly, should have hired Lane Kiffin. Have you seen how Lane Kiffin's turned around Ole Miss in just 3 short weeks? I know he lost this week, but he took it to Kiffin, and he took it to Mullen. Like, yo, his first 3 weeks, he took it to 2 of the top 3 coaches, arguably, in the SEC. Watch out for Ole Miss. They're only going to get better. I'm scared. I would have been terrified if Lane Kiffin would have been Florida State's head coach, to be completely honest. I would have been terrified. So do I think Lane Kiffin is an SEC caliber coach? 100% yes. I think that's probably the best hire since Dan Mullen got hired at Florida. I'm completely honest on that. Like, yo, I think that's a knock in the park because at a Mississippi school, you need a coach with a strong personality, and that is Lane Kiffin. And not to mention, he's an offensive genius. Okay? I don't throw around offensive genius often, but Lane Kiffin is an offensive genius. Okay? That guy can get it done just running the ball for a whole entire season or just throwing the ball for a whole entire season. All right? Just it matters of what he's got. He's a lot like Dan Mullen. He fits his offense to his personnel, and, man, he maximizes every little ounce of skill he can get out of every player at the position he plays them in. So, yes, I 100% think Lane Kiffin is an SEC caliber coach. Florida State should have gotten him instead of Mike Norvell. FSU's, yeah, I mean, is FSU doo-doo? Mark Stoops, Kentucky's coach, who has strong Florida State ties on Bobby Bowden's staff and everything, on Jimbo's staff and everything, didn't even want an interview this past offseason, everybody. He's Kentucky's head coach, and he did not even want an interview for Florida State. Yes, Florida State's doo-doo. 1st and 10, Bama. Mack Jones throws crossing route, 1st down. Yeah, the 0-1 Miami roster. I mean, it's a top all-time college team. That roster had so many picks. Yeah. Probably the best roster ever assembled. From top to bottom, on considering what the rest of the people on the depth chart did in their career, yeah, 100%. As for the unit in 2001 itself, there's a case to be made for another team. But as for top to bottom, what they did in their career talent, yeah, the 0-1 Miami team's just, it's no question. It's no question. Because all those dudes did something in the NFL too. Like, Florida's capable of beating Georgia if our defense becomes a bend not break type opportunistic defense. Overthrown Mack Jones. Almost got sacked too. Threw out of the sack into double coverage, but he threw it where only his guy could get it. Not a bad throw. Why do Georgia fans ignore Spurrier's win streak against Georgia? Because Steve Spurrier hated Georgia and would rub it in their faces every year he beat them. Georgia hates Spurrier, just like Spurrier hates Georgia. That's why. I think that goes back to, I don't know if Georgia beat Spurrier back when Spurrier played. I don't know the exact history on that. I just know Steve Spurrier's #1 hated team is the University of Georgia Bulldogs. 3rd and 5. Bama across the 50. Ooh, slant pass, incomplete. Bama's going to have to punt. End of the first quarter coming up. Honestly, yeah. I mean, a team can always sneak up and get Georgia because it's Georgia. A team always seems to sneak up against Georgia. But, yeah, I don't see another team except for possibly Florida on Georgia's roster after this Alabama game that'd be like, yeah, Georgia may lose that game. Another reason why we need Georgia to lose today. Braves lost. Yo, I'm a Braves fan myself. Was watching the game. Game 7, man, like, not happy the fact that they forced Game 7. But, hey, ALCS, NLCS, Game 7s, next 2 nights. Good baseball. Or actually, is that Houston game tonight? I think the Houston game may be tonight. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Y'all lost 2 texts now. Congratulations. I bet you were waiting all week to say that to me. 2 seconds left. Ball on the 14. Georgia ball. And it's just going to be a run. Gain about 3-4 yards. End of the first quarter. And as I always do, end of the first quarter, y'all. Gator Nation, where you watching that from? Shout out your city. As we all watching from somewhere. Orlando, Florida. Don't know why players want to transfer so soon. Just keep working, get better, and we'll come. Seems like you'd rather. No, I understand. I mean, with how open and freely the transfer portal is used nowadays, I get it. I get it. All right? Like, you may have been sold something. The coaching staff may have changed. The offensive scheme may have changed. There may just have been a recruit that everyone wasn't really expecting to come, and then he comes, and then he shows up and balls out and takes your spot. So in that sense, I see why the transfer portal is used. But guys, on the opposite end of the spectrum for the transfer portal, name a better coach utilizing the transfer portal than Dan Mullen right now. We've got DeMarcus Bowman, Justin Shorter, Lorenzo Lingard, Van Jefferson, Stuart Reese. I mean, guys, those are quality people. Name a better coach utilizing the transfer portal. So, yes, the transfer portal giveth, but it also taketh. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I actually like that for the college players because the people that do just sign for the bags, do sign because they were sold something that the coaches just wanted to get them on campus and then they're not going to utilize him, a.k.a. a Justin Fields for Georgia type situation. I completely understand why the transfer portal is there. And it should be there for those type of people. So you're going to have your give and takes with the portal, but I actually really like the transfer portal in the NCAA. It's like a free agency, all right? I mean, yeah, you have some people that you'd rather just, be like, yo, work your way up the chart. But, hey, not every person is wired the same when it comes to how they think about their futures, all right? Some people just need to get the stats in order to get drafted because football is all they got. Other people, they got a fallback plan. I do remember that. I do remember that. I believe I covered that in my recruiting video. I mentioned that. Like, Copeland's mom wasn't happy when he went to Florida. But then again, that was before Florida got so many nasty wide receivers. I mean, just saying. I mean, Lane Kiffin, y'all. Lane Kiffin in the SEC. I like that he's at a Mississippi school, but I would not be surprised if he chooses another top-tier school after spending about 4, 5, 6 years at Ole Miss. If that guy were to be at, like, Miami, Florida State, like, yo, that would scare me. That would scare me, the type of talent those schools can pull in. Yeah, 2001, and Grossman should have won the Heisman if it wasn't for that loss to Tennessee because of 9/11. Played them late in the year because of 9/11. Tennessee beats us, and Eric Couch gets a Heisman where his stats were crap and Grossman's stats were way better. But you know what? Crouch went to play in the national championship game, and Grossman didn't. And Crouch got his butt whooped by Miami, and Grossman didn't win the Heisman. Yeah, don't remind me. That's about when I started watching Florida football, was 01. I was 10, turning 11 that year. Touchdown, Georgia. 82 yards, man. You blink and you miss in this game. I love y'all's comments, but man. Oh, this is just outside. Are you kidding me? That was a terrible DB play right there. He just got burnt. He got burnt. Good throw. Great speed. Wow. 2 plays, 86 yards, 13 seconds. What I say? We got ourselves a ball game. Got ourselves a ball game. Hit that thumbs up button, man. This is going to be a good game. Yeah, I do recall that. The first thing Spurrier said when he came to Florida is, we're going to beat Georgia. Bro, can someone look up exactly why he hated Georgia so much? I forget the exact reason. If someone could help me out, I'll give you a shout out, my man, my woman, my people, my Gator Nation. I love Spurrier smack talk to any opponent, all right? Can't spell citrus out UT. I don't know why Peyton Manning wanted to come back. He wanted to be a 3-time Citrus Bowl MVP. Like, bro, the nuggets and the quotes from Steve Spurrier are second to none. He's the greatest of all time. J Jobs, you got a point. Kiffin's the top OC, agreed, but he's not proven that he can manage a big-time program. Oakland, Tennessee, USC. But that exact point was why he went to be under Nick Saban as the OC, and then he took FAU for 3 seasons and was a quality head coach there in terms of there weren't really player suspensions. His offense was always good no matter what kind of personnel he had. Like, that was the knock on him before he went to Bama. He's reinvented himself and matured a lot since he got fired from Southern Cal. You got to keep that in mind. 1st and 10 for Bama, since apparently I can't miss a play over here. It's a touchdown or a turnover every other play. Play action, looking deep, throwing, one-on-one. DeVonta Smith, 1st down. West Palm. Hey, my dad lives down in West Palm, man. Birmingham, Alabama. Good to see you, Gator fan in Alabama. I'm sorry you're in Alabama. Surrounded by Auburn and rollness and yeah, and then Tigers and war and rolls, you know. Tied in the Eagles, you know. Oh, that was almost picked. Great catch, Devontae Smith. That guy is going to be high on the draft boards. Yeah, I forgot Traven Grimes from Ohio State. You're completely right. You're completely right. I forgot to mention him. My fault. And John Grenard from Louisville last year. Like, yeah, you're making my point for me. Is there a better coach utilizing the transfer portal? All right, like there isn't. Ball 45 across midfield. Georgia sends the blitz. Mac Jones stepping up, dumps it, incomplete. Smart little play from Jones to avoid the sack. All right, am I in favor for the NCAA rule of the one-time immediate eligibility for the one-time transfer? Yes. I am not a fan of this year being an absolute free year from everyone, though. Second and 10 for Bama. A quick slant. Devontae Smith again. They're just going to Smith. Man, they got no answer for him right now. Will Mac Jones win the Heisman? No. No, he's an Alabama quarterback, all right? It's not the star of that team. Just be asking me if Kyle Trask will win the Heisman, man. Come on, that's a better question. Tony is the most hyped player on our team than any other player, and it's sad. If it wasn't before this year, I'd agree with you. But this year, he's become a complete receiver. He's got his route running ability down pat this year. And that was the one thing that was the big knock on him is he couldn't see the field that much because he was not an established, polished route runner. This year, if you've seen some tape and seen some of the moves that he's done running routes, you will agree with me in saying that he has become more of a complete receiver this year. So I really don't think he's overhyped. Look at just what he did against Texas A&M. He had, I think, 93 receiving yards, 7 catches, 2 touchdowns. That ain't overhypeness to me. So, yeah, the first couple years, I would agree with you. This year, not so much. How did I become a Gator fan? Jay Jobs, I was born a Gator fan, all right? Grew up every Saturday with this team on my TV, all right? Also, I'm a Duke basketball fan because after football season, my dad, Duke grad, we would turn on Duke basketball. Later in life, I started watching the Gators in basketball as well. Why am I a Gator fan? Because I was born into it. Wouldn't have it any other way. Orange and blue till I die. 3rd and 19. Pass complete. Devontae Smith again. Flag. Offensive or defensive pass interference? Georgia's going to Georgia, man. 3rd and 19, you could call for holding on a receiver. First down, Bama. Oh, good call. He's got the pad. Yep. Yo, what did I just say? They got no answer for Devontae Smith right now. Like, I'm not even a Bama fan, and I can see this, man. Devontae Smith is cooking them. Got 1st and 10 at the 33. Najee Harris handoff. Nothing there, 2 yards. How can I forget free shoes, J Jobs? I mean, there's so many Spurrier lines, all right? There's so many. How can you forget about Spurrier's comment after the bookstore burning down right next to Auburn's University, and Spurrier said, well, the sad thing is there's not even half of those books were in color yet. Like, it's something like that, man. Like, Spurrier had so many quotes. Yeah, and he dubbed it the swamp. Yeah. I mean, I saw an analyst pick Auburn to win the West this year. I'm like, Auburn beat Bama last year. They're not doing that 2 years in a row. Saban's pissed. He lost to LSU and Auburn. As Bama runs for 4 or 5 yards. Yep, Peyton Manning never beat Florida. 0-4. Eli Manning beat Florida. Fun fact, I was at that game in the swamp where Eli Manning and Ole Miss beat Florida. That was the year Ron Zook got fired. That was either the year Ron Zook got fired or Urban Meyer's first year. I forget. It's either 03 or no, that was either 04 or 05. Or Jay Cutler almost beat Florida at Vanderbilt. All right. Took us to overtime in the swamp. Shoot. Jay Cutler. 3rd and 3, Bama. 10 plays, 61 yards so far. Looking to equalize. Still down touchdown. They are in the red zone. Personnel still being subbed. And a timeout looks like it's going to be called. Nick Saban wants to talk things over. Yeah, I know. Eli beat Brady twice, and he beat us twice. Crazy, right? Like, Eli Manning can do what Peyton can't. Oh, man. Do I wish Florida had Georgia's defense? I mean, like, are you serious with that question? Do I wish we had a championship defense to go with our championship offense? Yeah. That's a no-brainer, man. That is an easy question. If we had any defense, we'd be blowing people out by 30, 40. All right? Like, $2,005 that Eli beat in Swamp. All right, I was at that game. That was like one of my earliest Swamp memory games, to be honest. Like, I'm sure I went to ones before that, but yeah, I was in the Swamp with my dad, and I remember him saying, "Oh, Peyton never beat," and I'm like, "Well, Peyton never won, but Eli sure did." My dad's like, "Yeah." Like, bro, that's one of my first going to the Swamp memories. I was 14, 15. Like, sure, I went before that, but that's like one of the most fondest. Peyton, you gotta lighten up a little bit, man. It's all right. We're all pulling for Bama on here. Hey, no one's pulling for Georgia. Is anyone pulling for Georgia on here? I don't think so, man. We're all pulling for Bama on here. Do you see all this orange and blue? You think we're going to be pulling for Georgia with all this orange and blue? You're out of your mind. Oh, my gosh. Florida State is whooping UNC 24-0. What? Bama wasn't not there. Got to kick a field goal. Took a sack. Yeah, honestly, I thought we had Charlie Strong this past offseason. I really wish we did. Yeah, he got fired against Mississippi State because it was a Mississippi school, and honestly, the boosters were not happy because it was Mississippi State coach was African American, and the boosters hated that for some reason. I don't know why. I know some of the boosters. Trust me, like that's legitimate. Bro, I'm surprised. Sam Howell is a legitimate quarterback. Like, Florida State's been playing doo-doo all year long. They're up 24-0, man. That's crazy. Florida State is not going to be ranked even if they win this game. That's just it. They're that bad this year. Oh, man. Florida State's just funny. I really am surprised. Look at that score. Sam Howell threw a pick 6. Wow. I'll look up Sam Howell's stats in this game. I'm surprised. I'm literally looking up UNC Florida State stats. Almost halftime. All across midfield for UNC. You got to score before half, man. Sam Howell, 9 of 14, 91 yards, a pick. Running back, 12 carries, 94 yards. Bro, are y'all just like turning the ball over repeatedly? No, Florida State's quarterback is 4 of 10 passing for 137 yards. What? He doesn't even have a touchdown. That's crazy. UNC, what are you doing? Pick 6? Oh, my gosh, man. It's terrible. That's terrible. All right. Oh, look. I mean, Najee Harris was wide open over here. You tried looking for just Devontae Smith, and Smith was double-teamed, but Najee Harris was wide open for the first down. They should have extended the drive on that. Instead, Mac Jones made the bad read, took the sack, and they had to kick a field goal. 9 minutes left in the half. Georgia returns it to the 23-yard line. Gets mollywopped. Man. Oh my gosh. Little Stetson Bennett. All right, 1st and 10. Hand off, 5-6 yards. This is a good game, man. I'm still. Please don't bring up the fact that we lost to Texas A&M, man. It still hurts a little bit here. All right, it took me days to get over it. I'm not even joking. It took me days to get over that. All day Saturday and Sunday, I was in a bad mood last week. 3rd and short for Georgia. I mean, Bama's evolving. They're not just this reliant on defense to win games anymore, man. They got to have a better offense. College football's evolving. Nick Saban is changing too. He was hurt. The whole team was hurt last year. This year's an all-conference schedule, so those stats are jaded. Oh, okay, that was a good pass. Wide open receiver. First down. Good throw. Good route. Benson's running. It's 6 yards. Just, oh my gosh. Just can't believe we lost last week. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year we would have lost against A&M, I wouldn't have felt this bad. It's the way we lost it. And I went over that beginning of the stream. It's the way we lost that game. That's what stings the most. Bro, I don't want me to be the reason, me or the Florida Gators be the reason why your marriage falls apart, my man. You need to tell your wife it's just okay. You're a passionate sports fan. It's okay to be a passionate sports fan. That's funny. Oh, my God. Oh, Demetrius, that was funny, man. 3rd and 3. Come on, Bama D. Barely got the snap off. Bama bringing pressure. God, throws the tight end across the middle of the field for first down. I mean, y'all saw me last week. I wasn't very happy. So I literally, at one point, I think I was in like the fetal position, like strongly holding on to a football for hope. Like, yo, I don't like to be in that position, man. That is a very, very worrisome position. I like that we have a couple weeks to figure out this defensive issue, and then we have a tune-up game in Mizzou before Georgia. Second and 10. Ball, 37-yard line. Dumps to the running back. Gain of 4 or 5 yards. What was the over-under in this game? I picked my games. I usually pick all the SEC games. Let's see, in this game, I picked Alabama to cover by 5.5 points and the over-under of 58.5. I chose the under. So, got the under so far. Bama needs to take the lead. Ball deflected at the line. This is a force a field goal from Georgia. Nick Saban's pissed off about something. Good play by the lineman. Snap, hold, kick is true. (17-10). Bama getting the ball down, touchdown. 5:42 left. I will be right back.
Attention to detail. You know it's a delicate machine. You'd be wrong. Underneath every surface that carries a marked badge, there's always been the capacity to amaze, power to face a challenge, shatter expectations. Out of one, from the core of everything we have ever built, all the way to the top where you want to go, and higher still, rise to the challenge of running performance on autopilot, passport, and ridgeline. When there's work to be done, your most powerful tool is the Home Depot app. Bring styles to life with just a few taps. And find a replacement in a snap. Get a second opinion in just a second. And drop what you're doing. We drop it off for you. Download the Home Depot app today and start putting your
All righty. I mean, it's like I said, it's like someone else said. It was just slant, post, power run left. And we couldn't do a dang thing to stop it last week. Yeah, it's death by 1,000 cuts, you know. That's why Spurrier hates Georgia. Reason one. Thank you. 1996, Spurrier won the Heisman. Georgia upset Florida, so Florida didn't win the SEC. Okay. Spurrier hates Georgia. Reason two. 1968 Georgia game. It was 48-0 with a few seconds left. Vince Dooley called timeout for a field goal to make it 51-0. Okay. I remember the Vince Dooley thing. Okay. I forgot about the Heisman. I remember the Vince Dooley thing now that you bring it up. Thank you so much, Jay Jobs. I appreciate that. I remember the Vince Dooley thing, which is why it made it so much more sweet when Urban Meyer practically did the same damn thing in 08. All right? Like, Alabama's won 27 straight games versus the SEC East. Who was the last coach, the last SEC East team to beat Alabama? Definitely wasn't a Florida coach. I think it's been done more recently than Urban Meyer in 08. So it ain't Florida. It ain't Georgia. Going deep. Oh, my God. Jalen Waddle. Alabama's got disgustingly good wide receivers. I know South Carolina got him in Columbia, not last year, but Bama's previous trip. So I must pick Steve Spurrier. Steve Spurrier was the last SEC East coach to beat Alabama. Wasn't Tennessee, wasn't Florida, wasn't Georgia. Why would it be Kentucky or Vanderbilt? Ain't Missouri. Got to be Spurrier because I know Spurrier beat Saban in Columbia in the last 10 years. They mentioned that last year. Second and 8, Bama at the Georgia 35-yard line. And that'll be a loss of 1 yard. Third and 9 for Bama. Want them to score here for half. Plenty of time. Looking deep. Got a man. First down. Guess who? Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is just killing them. He's killing Georgia right now. Devontae Smith is killing Georgia right now. Second and 7. Excuse me. Apologize for that. What's my favorite SEC title game? I was at that game against Arkansas in 06 against Darren McFadden. That's the only one I went to. But man, I'm sorry. Oh, Devontae Smith wide open on a wheel route. Jeez, it's too easy for Smith right now. My favorite, I'm sorry, it goes to 08. Why? Because we didn't have Percy Harvin. If everyone forgot that, Percy got hurt in the Florida State game, and we were without Percy Harvin in 08 against Bama. And Riley Cooper, Lewis Murphy, Aaron Hernandez, and everyone else stepped up, and we won that game. So that is my favorite SEC title game because, of course, it was Tebow, it was Mullen, it was Urban, and the fact that we overcome adversity and missing our second best offensive player and still won, and then won the national championship the next game. So 08 hands down. Man, I'm sorry. I get pumped. I literally got chills just thinking about that game. Like that game was awesome. That game was awesome. That game wasn't as emotionally satisfying as the Georgia game earlier that year, or even the LSU game earlier that year where we whooped them by 30 after we lost to Ole Miss. Like, that Bama game was just like, there's no one else that's going to stop us. This is probably the greatest offense we've ever had until this year, almost. Like, that we were feeling ourselves so much after that game. It's like, we just beat Alabama without Percy Harvin and then won a title. Like, yeah, definitely the 08 SEC championship game. Don't remind me about Tebow crying next year, okay, man? I hate Alabama because of that game. Mark Ingram, Julio Jones, hate you. And Jacob Hester, LSU 07. I hate you. There's some people I'll never forgive. Even if I were to meet these people face to face, I'd be like, hey, I respect your game, but I won't lie. I hated you. I'm sure y'all would do the same. Rivalry runs deep. How deep does rivalry run? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson got into a fight with Michael Thomas in practice today because he tackled Michael Thomas, and while he was on top of him, tackling him, he said, 2-0, Buckeye B-word. considering the Gators are 2-0 against Ohio State. And Michael Thomas got so heated, he started throwing punches. That's how deep this college goes. Like, that's how deep college rivalries go. Georgia returns the kick all the way out to the 33, 34-yard line. I know, Jay Giles, man. I know. But, hey, it happened. It's part of our history. Tebow, yeah, he was crying, but you know what? Tebow wanted that undefeated season. He said it in his promise the year before, and Bama took that from him the next year. So, shows heart. Shows heart. Georgia with 3 minutes left. Let's see if they can take the lead before halftime. Play fake all day to throw. Hits his check down. Pickens, spinning, first down. That was a good route. Man, that defender looks stupid. Offsides, free play. Just throw it deep. It's a free play. You're going to take a hit as a quarterback. It's a free play. This quarterback is not smart. Hester and Noshawn 07. Hey, by the way, I was at that Florida-Georgia game in 07, and I was sitting on the end zone side where Noshawn extended it, and they all came out, and they stomped up and down on the goal line. Yeah, I was sitting right on the goal line in that game at that stadium in Jacksonville. I went to a lot of games as a kid, y'all. More than I can remember, to be honest. But, yeah, I was at that game. Yeah, Noshawn Moreno, we got revenge the next year. Bro, like, you should have heard the Florida fans booing and saying very, very harsh words when that was going on. Like, we were pissed in the crowd. Georgia run, hurry up. They're across the 50 already, man, trying to get points. And that Jacob Hester game, my family was at that game in Death Valley. Georgia taking a shot, overthrown, way overthrown. The Tebow cell phone game. My family was at that game in Death Valley. I, unfortunately, did not go. I've never been to LSU. Never been to LSU. 5 for 5 fourth down conversions. Yeah, don't remind me. Jacob Hester, I hate you. Second and 10, 2:05 left. Ball 42. And you're going to run right side for about, 3-4 yards? Third down. I won't lie, the 97 game was a little before my time. I don't really remember watching that game live. But yeah, that's a game I definitely need to go back and watch. What was the year that Florida State won and then stomped on the Florida F in the swamp? I remember watching that game. I want to say 95. No, not 95. I want to say like 98, 99. Yeah. Yeah, we beat them in 95. You're right. What was the year that they stomped all over our center field F? I remember watching that, and I remember wanting to punch the TV because I was so upset. All right, 1st and 10 from the 20. Georgia, minute 17 left, 2 timeouts. Bama blitzing, getting pressure, throws. Should have been picked. Threw into triple coverage. I'm going to look it up. FSU Stunts, UF Midfield. Second and 10. Ball still to 20. Play or read option, handoff, running right side, runs out of bounds, gain of 7 yards. Looking up this game. Dope. Uh, 2003. Is that right? First and goal, the 10-yard line for Georgia. Affleck trivia question. I say Steve Spurrier, South Carolina. 2010, Steve Spurrier, South Carolina. Affleck, thank you. Yep, that was 2003, the Swindle in the Swamp. 2003 is the game I was thinking of where they stomped on the F after beating Florida in the Swamp. All right. Sorry, it took me a while to look that up. All right, 2003. Georgia's trying to score here. I know. I remember when Chauncey wanted to plant that right in midfield and Taggart didn't let him. It's like, Willie, you didn't even make it to the swamp, bro. Okay? Like, I'm so glad Chauncey had that, like, head in the crowd. Like, yo, that's one of my favorite UF FSU pictures. Chauncey just in the crowd after destroying Willie Taggart's only UF FSU game. Yeah. Florida State and Georgia and Miami were always known to be dirty and just, hitting people, doing this and that when they're not supposed to. Meanwhile, we got 4th and inches. Apparently, it wasn't 1st and 10. Reviewed 4th and inches. So Georgia looks like they're going to be under center. 2 tight ends left. But yeah, I remember watching that 03 game, and I was furious. I wanted to punch the TV. Anyways, There we go, Georgia. Tight ends shifting to the right. Georgia trying to say Bama jump, but man, it looked like they flinched a lot. Bama actually jumped. I can't believe Alabama just gave Georgia a fresh set of downs right now. I did not watch the choke-a-doke. Nope. Unfortunately, I missed that one. That was before I started watching Gator football regularly. All right, Georgia, 1st and goal from the 6. You roll out right, throw back of the end zone. Oh, my goodness, terrible throw. Incomplete. Good throw, would have had a touchdown. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't watch the title game live. I do not remember watching the Florida FSU title game live. I've rewatched it on YouTube. But, yeah, I don't remember just exactly how sweet it was in the moment. But I can only imagine winning your first national title over your biggest rival. Like, I wish I would have been watching Florida then. But, y'all, I was only 5, 6 years old. 2nd and goal. Take the handoff again. Play action. Oh, my gosh. He had him in the back of the end zone, and he way overthrew him again. This quarterback sucks. Sheesh. Yo, wide open, man. You didn't even have to put air on that. You could have just bullied that. Bro, he had a window. Stetson Bennett, you are not great. Third and goal. Yeah, choke-a-doke is 94. I was 4 years old, so I'm glad I missed that. Born in 90. Timeout. Georgia. Only 5, 6 year olds know he's scared. Jay Jobs, come on, man. I didn't even know what a TV was then. I was more concerned about coloring books. All right, so Florida, LSU rescheduled for December 12th, which is the week after Tennessee, the week before the SEC championship game. Missouri is pushed back to our bye week, which is Halloween. In case anyone didn't know how our schedule got rescheduled, there you go. Oh, the OSU title game. My freshman, sophomore year, I was at a boarding school in Tennessee. Me and my brother were the only Gator fans on campus as Georgia finally throws a good pass for a touchdown. I mean, almost looked like he dropped it, but now it's a touchdown. I mean, they should have had a touchdown in back-to-back plays, but it was a bad pass. Yeah, the OSU title game. My brother and I were the only Gator fans on campus, and we were the only ones telling hundreds of people, Florida's going to win this. Florida's going to win this. So, like, when it was going on, I felt like I was on cloud 9. The whole next day, I was a freshman on campus, and I had seniors coming up to me just be like, hey, man, you're right. You're right. You're right. Gators are the best team. I'm just like, darn tootin'. Darn tootin'. Like, oh, my God. I was so happy. I will rewatch that title game in 06 over and over and over again because that was just a slaughter. And, yeah, anytime a player injures a teammate celebrating, I called it Ted Ginn Jr. because of that game. I'm sorry, like, unless Oregon looks great in all 7 of the games they play, I don't see them making the playoff. Big 12's eliminated themselves. And Ohio State, all they have to do is win out and they'll be in because they're too talented not to get in. So that leaves the 4 spot to SEC runner-up in my eyes. Because I don't think the Pac-12 will be strong enough to get in. I don't even think Oregon's that great to get in just on talent on their team. But yeah, I'll be rooting for Oregon to lose. Call stands, touchdown. Alabama gave up a touchdown before half. $23 points given up before halftime for Bama, man. Every time they tried Gator chopping, man, it's like they cursed themselves. Y'all won't learn. That's why when Tebow did it in the title game, it's like one of my favorite Gator pictures. Like, oh my gosh, he even got a penalty on it. Didn't care. We already had the game won. I mean, it's happened. Because, like, everyone Gator chomps against us. So, I mean, we were down for, like, 8-9 years. It's happened, all right? You just got to pay a little bit more attention. It's happened a lot. We were down. we were 4-8 and 4-7, y'all. We were down. We were down. People chomped on us. It happened. Shoot, man, I'd be talking smack. If I was another team and Alabama was down, I'd be like, yeah, roll time. Playing Georgia, be like, where are the dogs at? I don't see puppies today. No dogs out here. Touchback. And if I know Nick Saban, he's just going to drain this clock. I mean, like, wide open. Here's second down. Wide open. Third time's the charm. Stetson Bennett, you ain't going to get 3 chances every time you're in the red zone. Jeez. I'm saying wide open. I mean, like, yo. Najee Harris run. 10 yards. Stays in bounds. I don't know why he didn't run out of bounds. I guess they're just trying to run the clock. I guess he was told to stay in bounds. He was told to get out of bounds, would have gotten out of bounds. Alabama's called timeout. Jalen Waddle got hurt. Oh, Harris ran into Waddle blocking. Stepped on his foot. Oh, he probably just stepped on his cleat. Doesn't look like it'll be a serious injury. You get a spike going down the top of your foot. I don't know if anyone out there watching has played football. That hurts. All right. First and 10. Mac Jones throws. Complete. First down. On timeout. No, ground it. Save the timeout. It's 10 seconds. Hurry up. I call it timeout. Okay. What about to say? Hey, man, being a true fan during those bad years just makes it that much more sweet when you're a true fan in the good years because you know you're not a bandwagoner. Don't know why none of Nick Saban's assistants can beat him. Because there's a difference between being a master and being an apprentice. When you learn all your tricks from someone, that someone usually hasn't shown you his whole bag of tricks. So he's still got something else that you don't know. So that's why Nick Saban always wins. I admit, it's extremely impressive that not one of his assistants had beat him. Y'all better clock this ball for a field goal. 3 seconds. You ran out of time. That clock did restart very fast. Oh, the chains have to be set. The chains are nowhere near being set. Like, are they reviewing it or is that halftime? Man, that is shady. I think Alabama's going to get a chance for a field goal here. That's shady if they did Bama like that. 3 seconds, you didn't give a chance to spike it? One second was left. That's what I thought. Hey, Bama's going to have a chance for a field goal. That's fair. That's fair. Yo, you got to give him a chance. 3 seconds is enough to clock it. Georgia's still going to the locker room. Just be like, oh, punt block unit, stay out. Everyone else, enjoy the extra 3 minutes. Career-long attempt, 52-yard. Oh, my God. That makes us feel spoiled. Evan can hit it from 60. 52-yard career-long attempt for Alabama. Kirby's going to ice him. I don't know why Mullen didn't try icing last week, but whatever. It works. It doesn't work. Will Ohio State have advantage in the playoff with only 7 games played? Advantage? No. I mean, that's going to be enough games to shake off the rust. I don't think that's going to be an advantage because they haven't played the same amount of games. Honestly, I think that'll be a little bit of a disadvantage because that's less adversity you had to overcome throughout the season. So, no, I don't think Ohio State will have an advantage playing 4 less games, or Oregon if they make it. 52-yard attempt. Oh, just inside the pole. Just inside that upright, man. It is good. All right, 24-20 at halftime. Georgia's up on Bama. Leave Bama. Georgia gets the ball, start the second half. Man. But yeah. What's the score of that game, man? Is it on? I'll turn on UNC Florida State. Sheesh. 31-7, man. Are you joking? Trailing at halftime versus Georgia for the 3rd straight meeting. Championship game, SEC championship game. Guess who won them both, y'all? Don't be too worried about it. All right, I'll be right back, everybody. Be back in 5 minutes.
So many active safety features on our Chevy SUVs. Because we're not just engineers.
We have families too.
Current qualified competitive listings can get this tracks for around $189 a month. At one of your Central Florida Chevy dealers today. Starling Chevrolet is Orlando's largest Chevy dealer because we give our guests more for less every day. With more selection and more savings, we've got the perfect SUV for you. The all-new Trailblazer is bold, spacious, and has the technology and capability you need for a price you can afford. With leases starting at just $169 a month. The new Tahoe is the most versatile and advanced Tahoe ever and starts under $50,000. Come visit us online at starlingchevy.com or our convenient location in South Orlando at 417 and 441.
At Badcock Home Furniture and more, Steve found the perfect mattress, and Sue found everything else you needed to feel cozy and comfortable. Find sweet savings and embrace serene styles in Badcock's Treat Yourself sale. Snuggle up to a king mattress for the price of a queen. Plus, buy any Stanhope mattress and get a free powder base, all with no credit refused. Find the styles you crave and the savings you deserve, only at Badcock. For details, visit badcock.com. We drive pink. Right, Susie? For my mom. And AutoNation drives me to finish the fight against cancer. Drive pink and save today at AutoNation. Take advantage of 0% APR financing for 72 months. Or drive your favorite cars and trucks with no payments for 90 days and get a pink plate. Plus, every vehicle AutoNation sells is sanitized for your safety with the power of Clorox. Drive pink at AutoNation or visit AutoNation.com.
I hit 21. CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Well, what a game already. Hello and welcome everyone to the Geico Halftime Report. Adam Zucker alongside Rick Neuheisel and Brian Jones. Our score in Tuscaloosa, Georgia on top, 24-20. And even though Stetson Bennett the fourth had a quick case of the yips there, he's got Georgia on top. Say, Coach, give me that hard one again. I like that hard one. Listen, a couple of great things by Stetson Bennett. You imagine the stage for a kid who was a Springer not so very long ago. Great concept here by Tom Honken. He puts James Cook out there as a wide receiver, gets the matchup they wanted. That's Christian Harris, a linebacker. You run by him, son. Thanks, David. That's number 4. That's James Cook. They're going to make an adjustment, but 100 yards receiving thus far for him. And here down the end zone after missing a couple of bunnies, he goes, get all those guys out there. Let me throw a starter right there. Another great play by him. 177 yards passing. That's the third most against Alabama in the last 4 years. In the first half, the other guys ahead of him, guys by the name of Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence. How about my man Mack Jones? 224 in the first half. All the Bulldogs were alive for a game was 198. He blew through that. How about the cat blitz here? John Mechie out there. Lewis Stein gets the safety position. He's expecting a hot pick up ball coming out. No, it's not coming out. If you're not catching, John Mechie the third perfect throw by Mack Jones. Here, you got 2-man and Rich Stevens number 7. That's your man. He's right there in front of you. Look at him. Why are you looking at the quarterback? Just focus on Devontae Smith, who's turned you up 6 catches, 86 yards thus far. And Georgia fans know all about him. And we've seen some great plays so far. Georgia 5 of 9 on third down so far. Let's hit the highlights. Number 11, Texas A&M looking like the second best team in the West. And Mississippi State falling apart, BJ. Isaiah still is not the falling apart. 114 on the ground. He had 174 last week and a couple touchdowns, 2 touchdowns.
All right, everybody. What's up? What's up? I'm back. What questions you got for me? Y'all see that Tampa Bay is up 3-0 on Houston. The middle of the fifth inning, game 7, the ALCS. For you baseball fans out there, or general sports fans, it's game 7. 2 best words in sports. Yeah, North Carolina's just getting embarrassed. I don't know what to say about that. I was praising Jay Bateman before this game. Now he's just getting slaughtered by a terrible doo-doo Florida State team. So, whatever. Yes, this is the same Florida State team that was down to Jacksonville State. Pretty crazy, right? What up, Mr. Legendary CEO? Oh, I just want anyone but the Houston Asterisks to get to the World Series, all right? All right? Tired of those cheaters. Anyone who says Houston did not cheat to win the 2017 World Series is bold-faced lying to you. They cheated. Tampa Rays. Good thumbs up, y'all. It's halftime. We got a good football game going on. We got no Gators this week. But, hey, I'm streaming for you guys because I love the interaction. Give me that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell so you know whenever I go live. Because, yeah, it's not a Gator game, but I'm live right now. So if you're missing it, hit that bell. Ah.
It's historic.
That is historic, which means I'm making history.
What are you going to do?
Existing customer who got the greatest deal in history.
Just like every other customer gets.
Oh, that's cool too. Everyone gets a best smartphone deals, including the latest pre-orders. Congratulations.
About to turn the baseball game on during halftime for us Rays fans out there who don't want to see the Houston Asterisks get to the World Series. And it's game 7, y'all. Like, it's sports. What is that, Fox?
Joe Biden was raised with middle-class values. Joe doesn't need to be the center of attention or see himself on TV. He is always focused on getting the job done. Joe led us out of the 2008 recession and increased health coverage for millions. As president, Joe helped us on the
Alrighty, guys. I'm going to use my Roku. Anyone out there, if I do start to miss the second half starting, feel free to let me know because I'm turning on the Tampa-Houston game. I know the stream says football, but hey, it's game 7.
The last touchdown Georgia was able to convert, they were trying to draw Bama offside. The first time they were offside and they got away with one. And the second time on the hard count, undisciplined football led to a first down that led to a touchdown eventually for UGA. That's not Nick Saban football. That's not disciplined Alabama football.
Come on, TBS. Let's go.
He should be fired because what we're seeing right now on the defensive side, the inconsistent, the best thing that Alabama defense did in the first half was pass deflections from the defensive line. Outside of that, UGA.
All right, got some baseball on right now, y'all. Who? Should the Gators be scared of Georgia? I won't lie, I am right now. The way we're playing defense, I'm pretty scared. Hey, man, shout out to any teams that win, including LeBron James, who won last week. Like, yo, anyone who wants to put an asterisk by that championship for LeBron, say, oh, it didn't mean as much. I actually think it may have meant a little more. So, yeah, shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers, champs. Shout out to either the Dodgers, Braves, Astros, or Rays, champs. So, yeah, our defense, I mean, there's nothing else to say except it's a bad defense that needs work. I mean, there really isn't anything else that hasn't been said that can be said. Anyways, we're in the bottom of the fifth. Tampa's up. Got to run around first. 2-2 count. And by the way, Mike Zunino, ex-Florida Gator, hit a home run in this game. And he did the Gator chomp going around the bases. Yes, he did. Double play ball. Nope, not in time. 2 outs. Runner on first. Did I watch The Last Dance? Yes. Oh, my goodness. Is that not the best sports documentary you've ever watched? Yeah, he was safe, man. He was safe. The Last Dance was amazing. It was. It was awesome. Come on, Tampa. 1 out. 1 on. No, I mean, I try to watch the NHL playoffs, but yeah, I'm born and raised Florida. Gator fan. I've never watched the Lightning, haven't been to a hockey game. I try to watch hockey, but it's just hard for me to get into. That's not my sport. I'll watch it every now and then, but no, I didn't watch any of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs this year. 1-1's count. Honestly, when it's seniors and missed assignments, it's just execution. It's not the fact that you're not talented. You're a senior. It's your 3rd year in this defensive scheme. You're a senior. You've been there the whole time. You should know what's going on. So, I mean, when it's upperclassmen, then, yeah, it's just like, okay, what is really going on? When it's underclassmen and missed assignments, then you'd be like, okay, well, they're still learning the playbook. They got confused. But, yo, we're talking about redshirt seniors, redshirt juniors on the secondary. Kahir Elam, as a true sophomore, is our best dude in our secondary. Like, at some point, you need your seniors to step up and be leaders. And they're the problem. Chance that AL wins, I'll be rooting hardcore for the Atlanta Braves. So, yeah, as long as the Braves beat the Dodgers, then no chance the AL wins. It'd be cool to see 2 Southern teams go at it, Rays versus Braves. I am too, but not a Miami Marlins or Tampa Bay Rays fan. I was also raised an Atlanta Braves baseball fan because my dad growing up, that was his team. And when my dad was growing up, there was no Miami Marlins or Florida Marlins at that. And there were no Tampa Bay Devil Rays. in existence when my dad was growing up in Florida. So my dad grew up an Atlanta Braves fan. I grew up an Atlanta Braves fan, despite there being 2 baseball teams in Florida. Because, I mean, Atlanta is the South's team. It just is. Anyone who tells you otherwise is wrong. Fouled off. 1-1's a count. Who's the best Gator running back since I've been watching? Let's just say since I didn't really watch Fred Taylor. So post Fred Taylor, who's the best running back? Good question. Put people in consideration like Mike Gilsley, Matt Jones, Michael Pirine, honestly. I kind of like the way Mike Gilsley ran, man. Like, I like Mike Gilsley. I liked Michael Pirine. Jordan Scarlett wasn't too bad, but he got in trouble, and he hasn't really done anything in the NFL. I'm going to say Mike Gilsley has been my favorite Florida running back that I've seen. It's hard to name one, yeah. I didn't watch Emmitt Smith or Fred Taylor unless they'd be my 1-2, because they're the best in UF history, but I didn't watch them. Emmitt Smith was before Spurrier, y'all. Runner on first, 1-2 count. Swing, got under it. Back, chasing, foul ball territory, 3 outs. Okay. I mean, I thought Kelvin Taylor would be decent, but, he was splitting reps with Matt Jones for a reason. He wasn't better than Matt Jones. So, I thought Kelvin Taylor would be better too. I enjoyed watching Kelvin Taylor run. Ernest Graham wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. Early in my days, I don't I remember him running. I don't remember how great of a runner or how good of a runner he was. But, yeah, I mean, Ernest Graham, I guess you could put in consideration. No, we're not a good running back to be known of school. We throw the ball. We don't run it, really, traditionally. That's why Georgia's a running school. They got the backs in the NFL, just like Alabama. They're a running school. LSU as well, I believe Mike Gilsley was our last 1,000-yard rusher, y'all. I think he got 1,000 rushing yards in 2012. That's why I'm saying I think Mike Gilsley was my favorite runner to watch. Is Georgia going to lose to Kentucky or Florida? I mean, I'm still saying we're going to beat Georgia. We're going to somehow figure it out. But I can see Kentucky doing it. I can also see Georgia completely wiping the floor with them. Anyways, y'all, football's back. I'm going to put Bama, Georgia back on because we were coming back from halftime. All right, there we go. Hey, I'm rooting for the Rays too. And I'm rooting for the Rays and the Braves. I mean, Rady and Demps are great, but, I mean, let's be honest. Those dudes were sprinters in our backfield. They weren't actually running backs. Good run by Georgia. They're at midfield already. Obviously, they got a good kick return. Keith Jackson. No, I do not recall that name off the top of my head. Florida can't recruit a good running back. Bro, do you not see the fact that we have Lorenzo Lingard and DeMarcus Bowman? Try to say DeMarcus Bowman isn't a good running back. If it wasn't for Travis Etienne being on that roster, DeMarcus Bowman would have been the starting running back for Clemson this year. Okay? That's a fact. Look it up. DeMarcus Bowman is a monster. Don't say we can't recruit great running backs. We can. We just haven't. First and 10, Georgia. Ball across midfield, 50. Bennett fumbles, recovers his own fumble for a loss of 2. I mean, Damian Pierce, Naquan Wright, those are good running backs. Iverson Clement can't even see the field. He's a decent back. Who was it? Who was the running back that transferred to South Florida and then ran for over 1,000 yards with them? That wasn't good enough to make Florida's top rotation depth chart. I forget the name of him, but he ran for over 1,000 yards at USF after transferring. Yeah, we have backs. We just don't use our backs as 20 carries a game type running backs because we're a spread offense. We're not a running power offense. We're a QB run spread based offense, not a running back run offense. Stetson Bennett looking, throwing, and that should have been caught for a first down. That will bring up 4th down. Who was that running back's name who transferred to South Florida? Alabama has to use a timeout because Georgia was lining up to go for it. Jordan Conkrite. Jordan Conkrite transferred from Florida to South Florida and then had a really good year. Yeah, 2018 ran for over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, averaging 6.1 yards per rush. And he wasn't good enough to make our rotation. Like, yo, we get quality backs, everyone. Hey, I root for against Georgia every single week too. So. Yeah, just wait. Yeah, it was Conkright. Yeah. Just wait. Yo, DeMarcus Bowman and Lorenzo Lingard, those are two 5-star out of high school dudes who are both in our running back room right now or will be next year. Like, y'all just wait. That could open the door for these Travis Etienne, Derrick Henry types because, yes, Derrick Henry wanted to go to Florida and Will Muschamp recruited him as a linebacker. We would start landing these Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne type running backs, getting these DeMarcus Bowman, Lorenzo Lingard types. Yo, foundation is being built, everyone. Look at the receivers we had. And we had pre-Mullen getting there, and look at our wide receiver room now. Look at the quarterback room we had pre-Mullen getting there, and look at our wide receiver room now. Just give it time, everyone. You see our improvement of our offensive line play from last year to this year? Just give it time. Georgia punts. Alabama gets it. We'll start at the 10-yard line. Yes, J Jobs. Go and look at Derrick Henry's high school running back stats. Will Muschamp didn't recruit him as a running back. He recruited him to play linebacker. That's a true story. Oh, nice catch, Devontae Smith on a slant route. Trask is an NFL QB, man. I think the Patriots are going to take him. Mac Jones, play action. Rolling right, throwing away. 2nd and 10. Why does this game remind me of the Seahawks-Patriots game? Hey, let's just hope they don't throw it on the 2-yard line late in the 4th. Give the ball to Marshawn. 2nd and 10. Play action, quick throw, Devontae Smith left side, and he's got the speed to get the corner. First down, Bama. Devontae Smith, man. That guy. Oh, man, he's great. He's great. All right, Trask, the thing that impresses me the most about Kyle Trask is his pocket poise. That guy can feel pressure, knows exactly where to move in the pocket at all times, and he'll even step up and do a little jump pass to get a little extra oomph onto it because, you know, he's off balance throwing it when he needs to. Like, Trask's pocket presence is the thing that I'm most impressed about. That and exactly how calm under pressure he appears to be. That's what impresses me the most about Kyle Trask. And those are the two things that you see every single successful quarterback have complete control of, is sensing exactly where the pressure's coming from and how much time you have in the pocket and where you need to move and when you need to roll out. Those are features every great NFL quarterback has, and Trask has those. Anyways, Bama, Najee Harris runs, ball at the 50 now. We have the offense to beat Georgia this year. We don't have the defense. It's the first time in a long time that our offense has been great and our defense has been terrible. And it's usually been the other way around the last 8 years. Second and 6, ball across the 50. throwing to Najee Harris out of the backfield, and that's a first down. There's like two people on, like Najee Harris and Devontae Smith are two people that are going to be drafted highly. Like this Bama offense is like literally watching men amongst boys at times. And Georgia's even a great defense. Najee Harris is just amazing. And Devontae Smith is just that good. Mullen, I think the top recruits are going to finally start coming, especially if you can get some top recruiters, get rid of Grantham and get some top recruiters, like I said, and Bateman and Thigpen, then that's going to be a really dangerous recruiting staff to complement Dan Mullen's player development. Because Mullen's not a great recruiter. He's not just going to and become a great recruiter like Kirby Smart. He's not. He's going to need the staff to do that for him because Mullen is an X's and O's and a player developer. Kirby's not as good as X's and O's as Mullen is. We know that. All right, that's a fact. So Mullen's not just going to instantly become a great recruiter. He's got to build the staff around him. And right now, Todd Grantham, he ain't that guy. So season's end, I expect us to find defensive coordinators, a new defensive coordinator, and also one that has a better track record in recruiting. Whether it be Charlie Strong, Jay Bateman, Travaris Robinson, like they can all recruit. But like when it comes to player developing and X's and O's and game planning, Mullen's one of the tops. All right. He's not a great recruiter though. He's a good recruiter. Are they working on the facility still? I honestly don't know. I mean, we were so far behind in the arms race. I really hope we're caught up now. But I think we're caught up. If not, then next year. I'm not sure if the pandemic set back that, but I don't know. I really don't. I hope so. It'd be nice. It'd be really nice. But, yeah. Got to build the recruiting staff around you if you are the X's and O's type dude. You can't be both, all right? Nick Saban's great at both. But Nick Saban also had a great recruiting staff around him to help ease that pressure off of him. So, head coach can't always be the head recruiter. Yeah, and he can make a 3-star guy into a 5-star guy, like Dak Prescott. You know, it's a matter on he maximizes and develops. It's back to the developing. Like Dan Mullen is a great player developer because if you can take a 2-star and make him a 4-star, you can take a 3-star and make him a 5-star. Then that means that the time you had him, you improved him. That means you developed him. You're a great player developer. But, yeah, I'm waiting to see Mullen get his hands on a high school 5-star and turn him into a college first-round draft pick, you know? I'm waiting for that because I've been seeing the 2 stars of 4 stars, the 3 stars of 5 stars. I'm waiting for the 4 or 5 stars for the first-round talents. So as great as John Grenard and Jabari Zuniga were last year, they were drafted in the mid-rounds, as great as they were for us last year. CJ was drafted top 10, and he's showing that in the NFL. CJ's worth that. Now, if we get more people like CJ, then we'll be a great defense. CJ was a 4-star that turned into a 5-star top 10 draft pick. We need more of those, okay? Those are the ones that we need. Yeah, Mullen recruited and coached Tebow. Yeah, except for his senior year, he was Tebow's coach. 2nd and 6. Georgia's ball to 13. And 3rd and short. Mullen running our defense, honestly, is my number 1 option. Not Mullen. Muschamp running our defense with a Mullen offense is my number 1 option in who I want as DC. But Muschamp's not going to be sticking around 4 or 5 years. He's just not. Unless he's just done being a head coach, which I doubt it. First down, Georgia. Either the Clemson or UNC coaching staff, man. Those are 2 great coaching staffs right now. Stetson Bennett, 12 of 26, 177. Missed 2 throws in the end zone. I took him 3 chances to hit an open receiver in the end zone. It's easy to hit open receivers, and that's all Stetson Bennett does. He just throws to open receivers. He doesn't make any incredibly hard throws. He doesn't step up when need to be when pressure's on. Yeah, he scrambles every now and then, but, he's not great. It's not even above, he's above average at best. That went nowhere. I think we're finally done paying Muschamp, but we are still paying McElwain until next year. Yeah. I know. Oh, if Mullen was still offensive coordinator in 2009, we repeat. I'm convinced we repeat because Steve Adazio did not run the offense the same way Dan Mullen did. I'm convinced we repeat in 2009 if Mullen's the OC. Some coaches are only meant to be coordinators. You know what? Will Muschamp's one of them. Honestly. He's a great defensive coordinator, but he's an average head coach. And that's going to be short of the sticks. 4th down. I know. That's just the thing. Hey, man, you got to look at it from Will Muschamp's point of view. If you can make $2 million more a year to go be a head coach rather than be just a defensive coordinator, wouldn't you do it? That's a lot of money. I'd do it if I think I could. If someone's telling me I could and I think I could, I'd do it. It's a lot of money, y'all. It's a lot of money. It's a big difference between getting paid $3-4 million being a head coach and getting paid $1 million, $1.5 million being an assistant. It's a little bit less pressure, but man, that's a lot of money. All right, it's a lot of money. It's brutal being a Gator fan in Georgia. I am sorry for you. I have a wedding next month I have to go up to. It is a complete Georgia Bulldog wedding, and I'm best man. So I'm going to be right there with you. All right? Go Gators. That's for you. I can understand why South Carolina hired him. They hired our previous head coach before until he retired, Spurrier. Like, Muschamp's not a terrible head coach. He's an average to above average head coach. I can, like, at South Carolina, 8 wins is enough, everyone. That's just it. 8 wins isn't enough at a place like Florida. Heck, 10 wins is barely enough sometimes at Florida. 8 wins is enough at South Carolina. It is. Expectations are lowered there than they are at Florida. That's the truth. That's why South Carolina wanted a coach like Muschamp. Muschamp's not a bad head coach, but he's a much, much, much better defensive-minded coordinator. Like, he's an average head coach. He's a great defensive coordinator. Bring Urban back. If we could bring Urban back just to do our special teams, I would love that. But it ain't going to happen. That's kind of a fair point. Meyer's unlike Saban because he can't be successful with his coaching staff changes. I mean, Meyer always focused just on the special teams and getting the team ready. He let the offensive guy take care of the offense. He let the defensive guy take care of the defense, and he worried about special teams. That's why when Mullen left, the offense dropped as much as it did because Meyer doesn't run the offense. He runs the special teams. So, yeah, in that sense, you're only as good as your OC. And when you have a quarterback like Tim Tebow, there's kind of only 1 or 2 OCs that know how to use a talent like Tim Tebow, and Dan Mullen left. North Carolina is within 10 headed into the 4th quarter. Oh, my gosh. I would love to see Florida State blow a big lead. 2nd and 9 for Bama at the 10. Vontae Smith in motion, looking deep, takes a shot as he throws. Waddle, wide open defender, fell down, touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Bama takes the lead. Just like that, man. You blink, you'll miss something in this game. "90-yard touchdown." Mac Jones even took a shot with that throw. Oh, he just got way behind him and the dude fell. Oh, that's the easiest touchdown in the world. He caught it at the 50 and had no one in front of him. Like, man. First SEC player to start the season with 4 straight 100-yard games since Amari Cooper, Jalen Waddle. Oh, our offense in 2009 was hard to watch. If you enjoyed watching the halfback dive with Jeff Demps or Chris Rainey, then you loved that offense. But Steve Adazio did not know how to run that offense. He just didn't. He didn't. All right. I'm not necessarily sure if Mullen would have taken over for Dan. I'm not necessarily if Dan really would have stepped down if Mullen would have left. But Mullen's here now. Fate has a funny way of working out sometimes. Would that be funny? Chokido, they were up 24-0. 31-7 at halftime. No, Mullen can put together a game plan, whether it's against us in 2010, whether it's getting all the way to #1 overall with Dak Prescott in 2015. Like, yo, he's a game planner. He's an X's and O's dude. He's not a top recruiter. I'll take the X's and O's and the player developer over that sometimes. All that speed. I mean, Alabama receivers over the years have just not gotten fair anymore, right? Like, it's just not fair with Alabama receivers. It's like, pick your poison, man. One of them's going to get you. Right back. Energy drink at 11 o'clock at night. Why not, right? Yeah, the way Urban Meyer left, I did not like. I hated, to be honest. Hated it. Hated it. The fact that he says takes time off due to health reasons, okay. Get that. Then he takes a full-time position at ESPN and then goes to full-time head coach at Ohio State. It's like, I understand if you just got burnt out at Florida. He gave us 2 titles in 6 years. You could have just been like, hey, yo, you know, but no, it's the way he left. And then he instantly started anti-recruiting against us, being like, oh, their locker room's terrible. It's like, man, you created that locker room 2 years ago. You were there. You were the head guy there 2 years ago. You created that mess. Why are you recruiting against us now? But, y'all, that was a while ago. Honestly, you want my honest opinion? He gave us 2 titles in 6 years. I'd do it all over again, and I would put him in the Ring of Honor. He gave us 2 championships. 2 of our 3 championships came from him. He deserves to be in the Ring of Honor. I mean, to be honest, he's one of the best coaches in college football. But he's just not coaching right now. Guys, he's won national champions. Him and Nick Saban are the only 2 dudes actively. Name another time a coach has won a national championship at 2 different schools. And Saban and Meyer have done it. Stetson Bennett throws deep. Oh, my gosh. He has a man wide open. He would have hit him in stride. It would have been a touchdown. Stetson Bennett throws to an open man, but it's behind him. Like, he's not a great he's not a great quarterback. He had to slow down about 5 yards for the ball. That should have been a touchdown, Georgia. If Georgia doesn't get 7 here, it's because their quarterback didn't hit him in stride. First down. See if Georgia capitalizes and gets 7. Hurry up. Up. Big pass isn't there. Throwing away. I mean, he's also what, a Catholic, and Notre Dame was his, you know, quote unquote dream school. That was the rumor the whole entire time he was at Florida was, will he go to Notre Dame? But he never did, so. Blitz, one-on-one, terrible pass. Stetson Bennett is not a good quarterback. Oh, that Ohio State championship was impressive. I mean, what was it? What's his name? Cardell Jones comes in 3 straight games. Oh, picked off bounced off the Georgia receiver's hands. Oh, keep going, keep going, keep going all the way to the 35-yard line. If it wasn't for Stetson Bennett's poor pass, Georgia would have had a touchdown. Instead, Stetson Bennett throws a pick because he threw into double coverage and it went off the receiver's hands. He threw it into a tight coverage, man. Like, yeah, it hit the receiver's hand, but, man. Even Gary says that was on the quarterback, and I never agree with Gary. But, yeah, Ohio State, Cardell Jones. But then again, it's kind of easy to win when Ezekiel Elliott runs for over 200 yards in 3 straight games. So, but, yeah, that Ohio State run was impressive. Alabama first down, across the 50. Ooh, best image of that 06 game was Earl Everett's helmet falling off and still managing to tackle Troy Smith. Like, Devontae Smith just caught a flea flicker from Alabama. First and goal. Bama is putting it on right now. This is where they win the game. Smith is just tearing them up right now. 81 total yards, Troy Smith. That's all I got to say. 81 total yards of offense for that game for Ohio State. Oh, the Tebow locker room speech at halftime. Get in here right now. Get at me. Look at me. 30 minutes for the rest of our lives. 30 minutes for the rest of our lives. Woo! Man, first and goal. Out to Waddle. Cannot get the edge. Loss of 2 yards. Bro, that speech gives me goosebumps anytime I ever hear it. Like, any college football highlight package that is in on YouTube and that instantly comes up, I was like, it's just chills. It's like, oh my God, Tebow. Oh. On the Tebow war paint against FSU, Devontae Smith, that should be PI. Yep. I thought it was DPI. I mean, that war paint against FSU and Doak, that's an awesome, memorable image as well. Earl Everett, Brandon Seiler. Oof. With Brandon Spikes deep on that depth chart as a freshman. And after Brandon Spikes, we had John Bostic. And after John Bostic, we had Antonio Morrison. And after Antonio Morrison, we had Gerard Davis and Alex Anzalone. Man, what happened to our linebackers? Touchdown Najee Harris, because that's just a formality. Najee Harris is just an NFL running back playing in college. I know. Tebow finally got married. He finally lost his virginity. Way to go, Mr. Christian. And, man, is his wife beautiful. Point after snap, hold, kick, good. It is 34-24, 51 seconds left in the third. Bama. Tide rolling. I was in 06, I was at Tennessee in Knoxville, aka the birth of the legend of Tim Tebow. I sat in the upper deck end zone side, where I think the Gators were on the left, Tennessee was on the right. And I remember that game ended, I believe, an interception, 21-20. And yeah, Georgia, I believe, was also a 21-20 game. Close, way too close. Yeah, Florida State wasn't a blowout either. And South Carolina. I kid you not. I knew we were going to block that game-winning kick. Not often, whenever someone is attempting a game-winning kick, am I like, they're going to miss it. You know, that time I'm like, we're going to block it. And when they blocked it, once again, was in boarding school in Tennessee, I went crazy. I ran around the campus screaming as loud as I could. Everyone's just like, what are you screaming for? And I'm like, oh, no! Oh, we blocked the kick! We blocked the kick against the Spurriers! Like, the Spurriers returned us. Like, bro, I was going crazy. Because, like, I just knew in my gut. And even the person I was watching it with, I was like, we're going to block this. He's like, no, y'all about to lose. And we block it. And I went, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. But then a couple years later, the year before, I believe, when we played Florida State in the Swamp, and we blocked Florida State's kick and returned that for a touchdown, I lost my voice. I screamed so loud. Like, it took 2 weeks for my voice to come back. I was screaming so loud after that block kick. That's the loudest I ever personally heard the Swamp. And my brother and my dad were with me that day. They were at the cock block against South Carolina in 2006. And they said that noise in the FSU block compared to the South Carolina block was like apples and oranges. It wasn't even a comparison. Like, they said it got so loud that their ears were ringing for days after that South Carolina block. Delay of game, way to go, Georgia. Delay of game coming out of a possession change. Never understood how you can do that. I do have a shirt with that Tebow quote. I had it customly made. I found someone who did prints. So, yeah, I do have that. Currently being washed right now. I don't have it right now. I'll have it next week. If you want to see it, I'll have it up on the wall next week. So, subscribe if you haven't. Hit that thumbs up button. Turn on post notifications. And let me know. Let me know what game you want me to do next week, since we are once again off. So let me know what game you want me to do. I will put up a poll after this game goes final. And actually, no, I will put up a poll tomorrow when the new AP polls are ranked, so we know what ranked matchups are going to be played. And I will put up 4 games. And I will let y'all fans decide which game I will be streaming next week, since the Gators are once again not playing. Sound fair, everyone? Sound good? Sound good. All right, cool. 3-6, third quarter's ending. And if this was a Gator game, I put on some Tom Petty, but it ain't a Gator game. So, yeah, I can't put on Tom Petty, huh? Instead, I got to look up to see where this baseball game's at. 4-0 Rays, bottom of the 7th for us Tampa fans. And it is 21-31. Florida State's got the ball at midfield. 12 minutes, 10 seconds left. So, yeah. Wait, Demetrius, what image do you have on your mask? Where did you find to where you can get custom print images on a mask? Because shoot me a DM of that website, because, man, if I got some ideas for masks then. I got some cool images from Gator stuff that I would love to have on masks that I would wear. Yo, shoot me a DM or, yeah, drop me a link. Send me an email. The link to my email is on my YouTube page. Or tweet me at KJ3Reaction. Because, yeah, I definitely want to get some custom masks with some images on it. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Stadium was rocking when Jarvis Moss blocked that kick. That's what I heard, man. That's what I heard. I hated that people wanted an OSU-Michigan rematch, and I hated that Michigan was that close in BCS standings from getting that rematch in 06. Lewis took that back, right? I forget who took that kick back in the FSU block. I forget. I know. I remember people thought Ohio State was going to absolutely wipe the floor with Florida. Like, oh, Troy Smith, Heisman candidate, this Gator defense. They say they're fast. They say they're speed, but they got nothing with Troy Smith's precision passing. It's like, nah, we made that dude look like a scrub. You had surround sound and your pictures fell off. Oh my God, man. Like, I wish I would have had a man cave. Like, that's my dream, to have a man cave like that, to where literally stuff falls off the wall from the sound of the vibration because it gets that loud. Like, that's my dream of a man cave, man. Hats off to you for having a dope man cave. $41-14. One of my favorite. That is me. That is my favorite score of all time. Because it's 4-1-1-4. Like, oh, it's just a perfect symmetrical. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the first national championship I personally watched Florida win. So yeah. Intercepted Bama. Yo, this game's over, guys. Bama scores here. Oh, my God. They're up 3 possessions in the 4th. Look at these. Look at these surrender faces from Georgia. Oh, no. No, this sucked me up. Hold on, fan. Stetson Bennett. Terrible, 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 terrible. Have I mentioned terrible pass? Wow. Rolling right, throwing back left. That is a quarterback #1 no-no. Do not throw back across your field late. No one was even open. Terrible. Terrible, like terrible, terrible. Bama, Tennessee next week. I mean, that should be holding. Yeah, that will be holding offense. I mean, honestly, everyone. Do you really want me to stream Alabama, Tennessee after what Tennessee's done the last 2 weeks? I didn't think so. I mean, do we want to watch a 50-10 affair? Like, yeah, I know. Since Florida won it in 06, the SEC has absolutely dominated in national titles. Of course I'm a Floridian who wears masks. I'm not an idiot. Ha! I don't care. Like, COVID, non-COVID, bro, I'm going to wear a mask just because it protects me from getting safe from things like the common cold, honestly. Right? COVID, non-COVID, it helps me be safe. Why not wear it? Because it's too hot? I wore gas masks in the military for hours on end. Okay? A little piece of cloth in front of my face, that's nothing. Anyone who doesn't wear a mask, I'm just like, why? Yeah, that's DPI. And Waddle still almost caught it. Bro, Georgia is just tugging right now. They're getting beat so bad in the secondary. They're just grabbing and praying. Alabama's about to get a touchdown in 2 plays. Watch. 1st and 10. Ball on the 40. I say 2 plays. Georgia is falling apart right now. Look, Georgia still looks like they don't know what's going on. Najee Harris just choo-choo. 6 yards. Right up the middle. Shoot me a link, Demetrius. Shoot me a link, man. I'm really interested. I'm not lying. In 06, we did have the most difficult schedule. We played Bama at home. We played Georgia. We played Bama and LSU and who was our road West team in 06? Ole Miss. Ole Miss. Yeah, we played Ole Miss on the road, Bama at home, and LSU, a good LSU and a good Bama team. And then we played Georgia. Georgia played us tough. Tennessee played us tough. Florida State played us tough. South Carolina played us tough. First down, Bama. Throw to Najee on the outside. He'll get it. Oh, yeah. Bama's smelling blood in the water right now. Okay, so that was 2 plays. I'm sorry. It's going to take Bama more than 2 plays to get this touchdown. My fault, everyone. Was I worried when Ted Ginn Jr. ran back the funny story. Funny story. I actually didn't watch it. As Bama runs for another 5-yard gain. So that night, it was a Monday night. Like I said, I was at boarding school, and I had basketball practice. I was on the JV team, yes, because I was like, I'm 5'6" now, but I was like under 5 foot my freshman year. So I was on the JV team, and the JV team practiced from 7 to 8. And our practice ran a little late because kickoff was like right at 8 that night for the national championship game. So by the time I got done changing out of my equipment, ran back to my dorm, turned on the TV, it literally was already 7-7. I missed the Troy Smith or I missed the Ted Ginn Jr. return, and I missed the Gator drive to the Dallas Baker touchdown. So, I was upset. I'm like, oh, my God, I can't believe it. So, literally I missed Ted Ginn Jr. and then, so I only saw the Gators just completely dominate. I didn't even see the Ted Ginn Jr. replay till, halftime. I'm like, oh, my God, his own player took him out. So, no, I actually didn't watch it live. I probably would have been sweating a little bit. But, yeah, it all worked out. I hated that I had practice that night. I tried getting out of it, and I couldn't because Gators come first. They always do. It's like the Ted Ginn Jr. injuries took their heart from them. Najee Harris, 24 carries, 119 yards. It's an NFL running back in college, y'all. They're just throwing the Bama hammer at him right now. Just run, 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 Bama, run. I know it was a celebration. It was his teammate that stomped on his ankle, that like ran into him and stepped on his ankle, trying to celebrate with him on that kickoff return. I know it was. Yeah, that's the second straight game Bama's had 400-plus yards passing. No marquee matchups next week. Auburn, Ole Miss. Yeah, you might want to pull them watching an old Gator games in the archive. That's a touchdown, Devontae Smith. Like, Devontae Smith. Oh, my goodness. Whew. I know one thing's for sure. I definitely ain't rewatching the A&M game next week. Yo, he even got 2 feet in bounds. Devontae Smith, man. Like, still a 10-point game, and UNC's got the ball against FSU. Our only loss was to Auburn. My dad was at that game. It's the only game he's ever been to Auburn, and he went to that game and they lost. I love it when any Ohio State – I haven't heard that argument in a long time, J. Jobs. Like, I love it when people try saying that. Oh, well, if Ted Ginn Jr. didn't get hurt, it's like, yo, we won without Percy Harvin. Do y'all really think one receiver would have stopped us from putting 41 points on the board? No. No. I mean, your Heisman quarterback sucked all game long. You can't blame that on a wide receiver. Your Heisman quarterback sucked all game long. Did Tim Tebow suck all game long against Alabama without Percy Harvin? And you can make a case that Percy Harvin was more valuable to the offense than Ted Ginn Jr. was to Ohio State. So I love that argument too. Heisman quarterback got skunked in the championship game. And they want to say it was because Ted Ginn Jr. got hurt. Get out of here. And Tebow won the Heisman the year before. And it's like, so that's a fair comparison. Oh, touchdown UNC, guys. It's a field goal game there. Can I get some votes? Does anyone here want me to keep Bama, Georgia, or do we want to turn on UNC FSU that's close? We got 3 people watching right now. I need 2 votes. Keep or flip. 9:32 left in this game and 4:58 left in that game. Flip. One more vote, guys. Flip. All right. Thank you, Jay Johns. Appreciate it. I'm done watching this too, man. Georgia, you're done. All right. Call that. Glad y'all lost. Thank you guys for letting me flip it. Man, that game was getting boring. Oh, my goodness. One day I will have cable, okay, guys? You just stay patient with me. I got my Roku till then. I love watching from the Skycam, so I'm going to do the Skycam footage. Percy was an Oklahoma killer in the night. You remember when they tackled Percy and they tried like twisting his ankle? Yo, they tried like tweaking his ankle in that Oklahoma game too in the Natty. I remember that. I'm like, oh, okay, y'all want to do that? But no, Percy had a great game in that. We needed Percy Harvin to be healthy to win that game. Tell you what, man, like that 08 offense and this 2020 offense, like if I were to choose one of those offenses, because I believe those are our two best offenses, at least in the last decade and a half, maybe Rex Grossman's 2001 offense, but honestly, I don't remember enough about watching that offense for me to put them there, and I didn't watch Danny Warfel's offense. So, like, yeah, those are the top four offenses in UF history. But between 08s and 2020s, let me ask you guys this. Pick one offensive unit, 08 or 2020. You're down late in the fourth quarter and you need to score to win the game. Are you taking Kyle Trask and the squad he's got? Or are you taking Tim Tebow and the squads he's got? Because Dan Mullen's calling the plays for both of them. I almost like this 2020 team better. This 2008 offense, or this 2020 offense has no weakness. I'm not talking about defense. I'm talking about offense, 2 minutes left. You need points to win the game. Who would you rather have, 2020s or 08s? I don't know. It's like I said, I didn't watch enough of Grossman and Warfel to put them in this debate as well. But I almost would want to say I trust Kyle Trask than Tebow, because Tebow at times could not make the passes when he needed to. As much as Tebow was a great leader and football player. But Trask can't run as much as Tebow, but Trask can throw it way better than Tebow could. That's just a fact. Wide receiver trio was about the same 2001 and 96. Yes, I agree with Jaquez Green, Ike Hilliard, Chris Durant, that back in 96, those were some nasty dudes. Tebow's legs countered his arm, yes, but man, when it comes to throwing the ball on like any single time I see like a 3rd and 8 and longer, I'm not really too worried when Kyle Trask is there. But I remember back in 08, I was a little worried on 3rd and longs with Tebow. That may just be me. Is that just me, or did y'all feel the same way too? Because these 3rd and longs this year, we're converting them on offense. 1st and 15 for Florida State with 5 minutes left. They had a false start coming out of their kickoff. Gain of nothing. Trask doesn't have no threat to run. He's just not a fast runner. He's willing to run when nothing else is available to throw. I agree, Tebow had less third and longs, but the times Tebow got put in third and longs, you were always really nervous, were you not? I was. I remember being. It may just be because, it was 12 years ago. I may just have to rewatch some of the film. But that's what I remember. I could be wrong. All I know is I'm really not too nervous with this team this year in third and long situations. I'm not. We have more go-to receivers in this squad than we did in Tebow. Like, we had Cooper, Percy, and Murphy, and Hernandez. I can name five. I can name 5 and 5 more on this squad that are reliable pass catchers on third down. Wow, quarterback keeps it on 3rd and 10. Guys, North Carolina's getting the ball back with the timeout with a chance to win. Hernandez was deadly, but Kyle Pitts is just as deadly, if not deadlier, to be honest. I'm not saying as a team as a whole. I'm saying the offensive unit. Receivers, running backs, quarterback, offensive line. That's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about special teams. Not talking about defense. I'm talking about the offense. 2 minutes left. You need points. What team would you rather have on the field? The 2020 offense or the 2008 offense? That's my question. Oh, Pouncey twins are NFL Hall of Famers. Come on, UNC, man. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. All right, come on, Sam Howell. Prove me right. Lead this comeback, man. 24-point comeback. Blitz. Running back picked it up. Oh, man, another blitz, and he didn't notice it till too late. Took the sack. I know it's a tough question, man. Slight lean towards Trask because we have so many big boys. We may have to make some big boy throws. Like, it's tough. It's tough. I'm not saying one's bad. Both are great, but I just like the weapons that Kyle Trask has. Oh, what a grab from North Carolina! Sam Howell just threw a jump ball and he just got it. Look at this replay. Oh, that was just an incredible jump ball and a great catch. OA was proven with the Natty. Yes, it was, but that is a team award. I wish our defense complemented this team as well as our 08 defense complemented that 08 offense. We would win a Natty. Minute 29 left. Ball around the 50-yard line for North Carolina. They only need a field goal to force overtime. 2nd and 16. Another deep ball, right side. Pass interference will be called. Oh my gosh. Florida State's blowing this game. They're in field goal range now. Favorite Natty, 06 or 08? That is a tough choice. I mean, 08 had the promise, had the halftime speech, but 06 had the cock block and all the close games. What championship game was more fun to watch? Or what ending of the season was more entertaining to watch? Facing Bama, no Percy, and that game against Oklahoma, compared to beating Arkansas by 10 and whooping Ohio State for the Natty. And then that 06 team is a flip-flop from the 08 team, to where the 06 team, every regular season game seemed to be close, and we lost one game. And the 08 game, every single game seemed to be a blowout, except we lost one game. So it's like, it's hard. It's hard to pick one or the other because I enjoyed them both in different ways. But being dominant and then winning close games, I have to give the edge to the 08 championship team. Also, Tebow was the quarterback. Starting quarterback. But it was great to see Chris Leak win his last game as a Gator. 3rd and 9, come on. I mean, it's like I said, if I would have been watching in 96, that would definitely be up there just because we lost to FSU in the regular season and then beat them for the Natty. Like, that's just you beat your rival for your first championship. I mean, there's no better team to beat for your first championship. There just isn't. So, yeah, if I was watching back then, I'd probably say that one too. I mean, the 08 revenge game against Georgia, the absolute monstrosity butt kicking against LSU after the loss, the trouncing of Florida State on the road. Like, there was so much to love about that 08 team. .48 seconds, 3rd and 9. Sam Howell, come on now. Here does he throw? The throw was high for the wide receivers. It'll be 4th down. I think they're just out of field goal range too. They got to go for it. Oh yeah, Urban calling timeout. Urban calling a timeout against Georgia. Calling 2 timeouts against Georgia. Remember, it was 2 timeouts he had late in the game. 4th and 9. Here's the ball game. Pressure. Escaping the pressure. Oh, he's got a man. Oh, he dropped it! Man! He was so open! Oh, Florida State's going to survive on a drop pass. Oh, that's sickening to watch. He was so open. The defender played it well because Sam Howell would have scrambled for a first, so he left his man, and the dude just dropped the pass. Great job of keeping the play alive by Howell. But he made the right play. The receiver just dropped it. It was a good pass. Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah, Florida. Yeah, free shoes, you, man. That sucks. That was a nice game, too. This game even worth turning back on, everyone. What's the score of Bama? What's the score of Bama, Georgia? Is it a 3-score game yet? Is it a 4-score game yet? Oh, it's over. 41-24, final score. Alabama beats Georgia. Well, anyways, y'all, thank you for joining. I know that we did not play this week, but hey, Florida State almost lost, and we got to see Georgia lose a game that we all knew that they were going to lose once we saw it penciled in on the schedule. Nick Saban does not lose to assistants. All right? He doesn't. Y'all want me to turn on the baseball game? I will turn on the baseball game. It is really 4-2 in the 8th. And I'll definitely turn that on. It's game 7. Get some bonus coverage, y'all. For us Floridians out there. Where's Fox? There we go. Go Gators, man. Go Gators. Hey, I'll be back. Like I said, I'll put up a poll. What game do y'all want me to cover? Even if it's a non-SEC game, if it's a good game of the week, I'll cover it, man. I'm a college football fan at heart. I enjoy watching sports. And, hey, you know what? If there are no good football games, then y'all leave a comment in the comment section if it happens to be a World Series game. I'll do that, man. I want to do at least one live stream a week. I'm going to try to get back to editing at least a video every week. But, yeah, Gators off for 2 weeks. But next week, I'll be live Saturday. Tune in. Let's find the baseball game. The heck? It's trying to say that it's not on. The game's still on? I think I opened the wrong app. Yes, I did. I apologize. Sorry, guy, I can't get it on my Roku. Anyways, that's going to be the end of the stream. Hopefully the Rays win. I'll be watching. Anyways, let's go Tampa, go Gators. Anyway, KJ3 signing off. Thank you for watching so much. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. See you next week.